All right. Talking here with Betsy and Allison in 3, 2, and 1. Back on Tri-State Sports Talk here on AM 730 KWOA. The Worthington Trojan Girls Hockey season has wrapped up, and well, we wanted to catch up with a couple of seniors in their senior squad as we are joined by the two senior captains of the Trojan Girls Hockey team, Allison Kremer and Betsy Thompson. Hi, girls.
Hey. Hello.
It looks like you're getting a little fan participation through the window as well. Somebody's peeking here in the studio. But I wanted to talk with Allison and Betsy here because, well, I've been waiting for this for years. I've been looking forward to the day that I get to interview both here in the studio. So first off, Allison Kremer, tell us a little bit about yourself and your family.
I am Allison Kremer. I have lived in Worthington my whole life, and I've played hockey since I was 2 years old, actually. So mainly my whole life has been consisted of hockey. I also play volleyball and I run track. I have a twin brother, Alex, who also plays hockey, and an older sister who also played hockey, but she's older, and she has a son. And my parents are Jim and CJ Kremer.
All right, Betsy, how about you?
I am the daughter of Randy and Tara Thompson. I have a sister, Amy. I started playing hockey in 5th grade, and I've lived in Worthington my whole life.
Well, I guess, Allison, let's start with you. Obviously, I know your family and how much hockey, obviously, is a big part of the Kremer family. You said you've been skating since 2 years old. I mean, is it just something that obviously you just started with right when you were a kid and something did you have that love of hockey right away?
Well, I don't quite remember because I was so small, but it's just clicked, and I knew right away that it was something that I was going to do for the rest of my life or till I was a senior. So,
Betsy, you said you started about 5th grade. What got you into hockey then?
Well, I started out figure skating actually around like age 3, and then I played basketball, and then I was really good friends with Allison, and she kind of talked me into it, so I gave it a shot since I kind of already had some skating experience and stuff, and definitely a lot more intense and faster paced than basketball, so it kind of caught on pretty fast, though.
It got your interest pretty early then.
Yep.
Well, let's talk a little bit about your careers. I mean, basically, we saw you girls, right at about the 7th grade level. You got to come up to varsity, and I guess Betsy, let's start with you. First time you got on the varsity ice, the rink, and everything. Did you feel nervous or anything, or you just kind of just go with the flow with it? How are you feeling your first varsity game?
I think the biggest thing for me was seeing how big the girls were compared to me, because I was pretty small back in 7th grade, so size difference was definitely a threat, I think.
Allison, how about you?
I remember my 7th grade year coming out of varsity because my sister was a senior at the time, so then I felt like, I have to impress my sister and all her friends. Right. So I liked the pressure, and it was a great group of girls to start off with.
It's funny you mentioned your older sister because I talked to her before the game in Marshall, and Nicole said, well, it's kind of sad. It could be Allison's last game, and I said, Nicole, you just kind of made me sad because my first year here in Worthington, she was her senior year with her and Angela Bowie, and I said, now I'm calling your sister's last game. You know what that makes me feel? Old. But again, so anyways, just getting back to it, you guys come in and in that group, that was a good hardworking group, but obviously the talent level was rough. I remember kind of those first years I were here when you guys were very young, 7th and 8th grade years, were some tough years, and then kind of started to see the little talent kind of build up, and you guys had some nice years, here the last couple of years. And when you kind of look back at that, Allison, are you kind of proud at how, you came from that spot, you went through some tough times, and I think you guys really had some moments during your varsity career that, obviously to be very proud of. How does that make you feel when you kind of look back at it like that?
One moment that sticks out is beating Marshall 2-0 on Meet the Trojan Knights. What was it, 2-3 years ago?
10th grade year.
10th grade year. And that just proved everybody wrong, that we are not just this team down here that, just kind of, they can stomp all over. And I think that really got us going. But then again, it is really hard losing, all the girls and having to start over every single year. Yeah. And whereas basketball or another sport, they can just pick up right away because, they have the gyms in the summer and it's hard to find the ice. And I don't think people quite understand that we start over every single year because we get the new players, the new coaches sometimes, and I find that to be difficult, and that something that sticks out throughout the years.
I would agree, because I think, and Betsy, I'd like to know what your thoughts on it is. It's one thing like basketball or maybe some other sports where if you have some athletic ability, you can pick it up late and be successful at it. Hockey, that's really hard to do because there's so many things I'm sure you learn at a young age that can be hard to teach to girls when they get older. Would you think that kind of makes sense, Betsy?
Yeah, I mean, we're recruiting girls at the 7th grade level and up, and so when they come out, they're already playing at varsity level, and it's a lot faster paced than 12U games and whatnot. And the other thing with hockey is you have to be able to have a good base for skating, and you can't just pick up a puck and go.
Yeah.
Whereas basketball, everyone can run. They can pick up a basketball and learn how to dribble and stuff, but skating is definitely one of the hardest things for the girls to pick up, I think.
I think absolutely. I mean, you think about all that you learn and kind of acquire at that young age of hockey. You can't duplicate that no matter how much time you have in a dry room or whatever. I mean, it's just not going to happen.
Exactly.
Betsy, kind of going back to what I asked Allison then, I mean, when you kind of look back and see that everything that you guys have gone through, in the last 5 years, first off, where is that drive to dig deep? I mean, you guys have been through some tough times, but you guys always kept playing hard. And one thing that I mentioned to Coach Milbrath here in our final coaches show is I said one thing that really impressed me about you two was we know about the skill and the ability, but I thought your guys' leadership this year was great. I mean, you would go out and talk to girls, obviously if something happened bad, made sure that they didn't hold their heads. So where does that drive come from, Betsy, to just keep after it?
I think it's a passion for the game, and I think they needed to realize that, we're not going to be here next year to just pick up some slack maybe here and there, but I think so when we would go out and talk to them specifically during a game, it was kind of helping them for come next year when we're not going to be there to help them right on the ice.
Is that something you guys made a mental kind of maybe to yourselves to be that kind of leader, or do you think that was just something you kind of naturally grew into, Allison?
I think it was something just kind of naturally grew into. We knew that we had to support each other, and we knew that we basically had to kind of throw the team on our back because they were looking up to us, and that made me realize that I have to show them what a leader looks like and acts like.
And I mean, it's hard. What people don't understand too is numbers-wise, we're obviously low, and then you get injuries on top of that. That can be pretty tough, obviously,
right.
And I think that's why I just took a note of it, that I loved seeing that, because with what you two have accomplished, it seems like through all the things that you guys have done, you've always been able just to stay true to the sport. Is that something, Allison, that you've kind of made a mental note to be, just to kind of take, you guys really take hockey seriously and care about the game. And I mean, that's obviously important to pass on to the younger kids, right?
Right. It's something that also we want them to know that you can't just show up to practice and to games and just throw on the jersey. You have to want to be there and the will to win and the want to win, because a couple of times, I just questioned. I was like, are these girls here for the right reasons? Are they wanting to win for the same reasons I want to be here? And then you just kind of realize, they care. It just maybe doesn't show as much.
Right.
Because they haven't played their whole lives, so they don't quite understand. When you come out your sophomore year of high school, it's just a whole different ballgame.
Is that kind of fun, Betsy, to watch the younger kids and maybe the ones who come out late and are learning the sport late? Is it kind of fun to watch them develop and kind of see them, get better as they go on?
Definitely. I mean, I don't think I really realized how much the girls progressed during the season, because just yesterday I was out with the 12U, and it's like, wow, our girls are a lot better than even these girls, and I don't think we really see the progression as much as is really happening, but definitely looking back now, you kind of realize, wow, they did progress a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. Once again, visiting here with Trojan senior hockey players Allison Kremer and Betsy Thompson. Let's go back to volleyball for a second. I mean, I would imagine that is hockey both your favorite sport?
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought I kind of went without saying, but I thought I should ask the question. But when you get a chance to play volleyball and other sports, I mean, what are some of the other joys of playing some other sports then? I mean, Allison, what did you take out of playing volleyball here in your senior season?
The mental game. I mean, just stay strong, being the libero. It's like all the pressure's on you, and you have to pass the ball in order to set it to Betsy, and it's like, okay, I need to pass the puck or pass the ball. There I am talking about hockey again. Pass the ball, and I just thought I learned a lot about being strong and not giving up.
Kind of going and stay with the volleyball theme. I think a lot of, and something that I really noticed throughout the years is volleyball is a very simple sport in terms of you bump it, you set it, you spike it. Now, however, doing those each individual things is very, very tough. I mean, and obviously passing, when somebody's whipping a big spike at you, it's not the easiest thing, obviously, one, to dig it up, but make a good pass to the front. So is that something just throughout the years you just have to keep working at until it kind of comes second nature to you?
Yeah,
on the passing?
I'd say so.
What about for setting, Betsy? Because I think it's impossible. I really did. My wife likes to play a little bit, so I'm trying to set, and it's just the most ugly thing ever. So what did you take out of volleyball this season, Betsy? What were some of the positives that you took out of it?
I think the main thing for me was volleyball. Definitely this year the seniors had to step up for some big leadership parts there too. So, and I guess back to setting, I think the main thing for setters is you really got to know your hitters and know where they're going to be and just kind of know their feel for where they want the ball and that kind of stuff.
You have to have soft hands to set, don't you?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it's a lot of touch, right?
Yeah, you definitely want to have warm fingers going into the game.
Maybe that's my problem. I got big old stone hands, so maybe that's why I can't do anything with them. I guess, ladies, I guess before we wrap up, I always like to ask some of the favorites. So, Allison Kremer, tell us about your favorite food.
Ooh. Well, I'm not a picky eater,
Okay.
so if I had to choose my favorite
If you had
food,
one meal to go, you could only have one last meal.
What is it? I don't know.
I
I like Chipotle quite a bit.
Okay.
I'd have to go with that and frozen yogurt.
All
Can't
right.
go wrong with that.
Betsy?
Yeah, I was going to say froyo.
Froyo, huh?
Always gotta hit that up when we're in Sioux Falls or Mankato.
I guess I've never
Yeah,
heard
wherever
it called
Betsy and I go, we're like, is there a frozen yogurt place around? We search it on our phones.
Betsy, what's your favorite movie? Got a favorite movie? What generally do you like to watch? Comedies, action movies, drama?
Yeah, I kind of like comedy and action. I guess American Sniper that just recently came out was definitely one of the better movies I've seen
Was
in
it
a long
good?
time.
Yeah,
Yep,
I guess I haven't seen that one yet.
really good.
Allison, you got a favorite off the top of your head?
Favorite. I like A Cinderella Story with Hilary Duff.
Oh, okay.
Classic.
Yeah. Nice little romance.
Oh, that's so awesome. Got a favorite kind of music style, artist?
It depends. I
Okay.
mean,
Wide mix?
yeah, game days, I'm not listening to slow country. I'm into the tunes,
Well, exactly.
But-
You got to listen to music that'll pump you up,
Right.
and get back on the ice. Exactly.
But I'd say I mainly listen to country music.
All right, Betsy?
Yeah, 95.1 is definitely the station in my
Oh.
car.
My bot, Chad's going to love you for saying that. That's for sure. I guess I'm trying to think. I guess, do you have anything you'd like to say to anybody, anything? As your time is, your senior season's here. It's almost over. We got pretty much, one more sports season and you're done. Allison, do you have any plans after school?
As of right now, it's not set in stone, but I plan on attending University of Nebraska at Omaha and majoring in public health.
Oh, okay.
But I'm also kind of torn between broadcast journalism too, so I'm not for sure
Ah.
yet. So, but that's where I plan on going, and
Okay.
I plan on playing intramural sports and club hockey. So I don't plan on just giving up or
Yeah, well,
ending right away.
That's good to hear. Betsy, how about you? Have you thought about the next level yet, or what you want to do after high school?
Yep, I plan on attending the University of North Dakota at Grand Forks.
Ooh.
Hey, let's see
I
where
come
get
from
this
a
year.
Bison fan, so
Ooh, I don't know.
Bison family. I don't know. We might have to just end this interview now.
Yeah.
Where's the mic button? We need to turn it off. No, just kidding. And what were you kind of thinking of taking up there?
Looking at atmospheric sciences and or aviation.
Oh, well, yeah, it's a very good aviation school.
Yep.
Absolutely. And obviously, I would imagine kind of a hockey hotbed like Grand Forks.
Oh yeah,
that,
definitely be involved in their club program, and they got a really good fitness center, so that'll be exciting.
Well, very cool. Once again, Allison Kremer and Betsy Thompson joining us here. Ladies, thank you so much for your time. More importantly, congratulations on a great career. It's been an absolute blast to watch you on the ice. And I think I can't remember if I said on Facebook, I said, it's just going to be really weird not to see 5 and 15 out there, but congratulations, lady. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck to you. All right, we'll have more on Tri-State Sports Talk after this on AM 730 KWOA. See, how hard was that?
Not hard at all.
Easy. That was like 15 minutes you just did right there. Boom.
Nice.